I'm Jens, and this is here the Move On project. For about 5 weeks we built with about 80 volunteers here a huge chain reaction that you can see all around here. It's about 80 meters of chain reaction. We've got 39 contraptions with all about 150 triggers.
The concept of community engagement that Jens had with the Move On project was fantastic. It was engaging local schools, it was involving various different community groups. Involving all of our community to do something that had never been done before on such a large scale.
Very excited to hear that this was going to happen. It's going to bring in lots of different people and lots of different skills. And most of all, I want to have a go. Something almost for everyone to go, oh, that's the thing, I can make that work, I can fix it. And so people can not just come along and see a show at the end of the day, but be a part of it. Take this thing, make it work, and when it happens in the show, kind of know that different aspects of the community who may not have been very involved in the arts before, coming in and seeing a thing they could do to help. And I think people more want to have a thing they can help than just to be, shown a show. I think it's a much more bigger experience.
In 2024, the Grain Store invited artists Jens Altheimer and Greg Pritchard to stage one of the most ambitious, most creative street art installations that the town of Nathalia had ever seen. It was called Things We Do for Love.
I knew I had to go. Being here today with my family is a beautiful.
Stations were installed around the town, each one offering a unique experience for the community. Most of the content of the art installations was developed through interviews and workshops with Nathalia locals who shared their thoughts and stories about love. 100 people attended the opening night, which climaxed with a musical extravaganza called the Love Party.
I love you when you sing that.
Hundreds of local people and organisations had their first experience of a live art trail through their town. It was a huge project with a challenging and emotional topic that came together through the artistic vision of Greg and Jens and the generosity of the town.
Jens wants to bring his art together with an understanding for people and a connection. That was, I think, part of what made what Jens was trying to create and how he was doing it quite special. So I think Jens cares about people while also caring about the creativity, while also allowing his mind to go in all sorts of different directions to create.
Important because it gave them skills that supported their flexible and adventurous thinking. So they got to think outside the box for the first time. It was a very open-ended experience for them, and it gave them all opportunity to contribute and have their voices heard, which is really, really important because quite often children's voices aren't always heard. There's always someone in a group that isn't able to be seen or heard, and Jens' program gave everyone in that group an opportunity to shine. So it was very well linked to our belonging program. So thank you, Jens.
But then for it to also come together with an outcome where you have this amazing final product that's a combination of Jens's skill, student input, community input, connecting with First Nations people, the Tangarong people from our own community, and actually having so many different voices that will weave through with their stories meant that we were able to have a community event which was a celebration, but we were able to also have the community that were in that.
Ungrounded as a performance means to me that with working together you can overcome obstacles such as the quarantine going into lockdown. We worked together and created an amazing show that we came out of at the end of.
Out of it, like learning how to work with other people and using like my skills from my dance and gymnastics to like create this performance with Jens, and learning how and best to work with others.
I think Jens is mad, completely and utterly mad, but he's mad in the best way. he uses his madness to make an amazing show.
Have I guess played with the gallery and with something that's in the gallery. It's really nice to have things in a gallery that are playful and you can touch.
Worked with Jens was what an extraordinary educator he is, and also how fully engaged he becomes with people, with young people and with old people. Jens's work has many entry points for a wide variety of people. What is super special is that the storylines that surround the work are matters of real substance, of real humanity, and are lifelong issues. They are issues that 5-year-olds grapple with, senses of identity, senses of relationships, and they resonate as strongly when we're in our 70s and 80s.
We got to use our imagination, we got to make basically anything we wanted.
This artist here, Jens, is doing a show, and is anyone here willing to tell a story? So I put my hand up.
I came to this country 55 years ago from London, and did I think I was cool?
Civil War started in Somalia, and that they say, don't come back from that. It's war.
It's actually about, people actually participating in making art, and that's much more powerful than just being purely an observer.
It makes me feel like I have more power in what I want to, in what I'm doing.
We were looking at a concept that would hold the community, that would hold the project, but also that would hold myself as the producer and Jens as the artist in terms of our interest and our artistic inquiry and where we wanted to come from. It was a process of investigation as opposed to, a hypothesis where your outcome is a yes or a no. We worked with visual arts, we worked with performing arts, we worked with circus, we worked with built sculptures, we worked in environmental arts, we worked across lots of different forms, and I guess the form of the art was less important itself than the concept, and the concept was kind of what underpinned and what brought all of those different segments together. And it also enabled, I think, the teachers and the school and also the parents and community who became very involved to all find their own roads into the project, because there were so many elements to it that they were able to find their own niche and find their own way in.